we have derived the ideal gas equation, that is PV is equals to RT. PV by T equals to PV equals to RT, or PV upon T equals to R. What is this R stands
PV is equals to R.
for? So this is for
Ideal gas equation.
yeah, 1 mole of gas we have considered. 1 mole of gas PV equals to RT we got. So then we can continue to the steps regarding it. How can it is for n moles in molecule, one molecule? Let us see. So here continue. Here R, capital R is universal gas constant. Here capital R is universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. And the value of R is equals to 8.31 joule per mole Kelvin. 8.31 joule per mole Kelvin. Or we can write this is also nearly 1.98 calorie per mole Kelvin. So this value is 1.98 calorie per mole Kelvin. R is equal to 8.31 joule per mole Kelvin. So next continuation. For n moles of an ideal gas, for small n moles of an ideal gas, for small n moles of an ideal gas, we will write for 1 mole PV equal RT means for n moles we can write PV equals to nRT. PV equals to nRT. PV equals we can write.
So repeat the point, sir.
For n moles of an ideal gas, for small n moles of an ideal gas, PV equals to nRT, comma, n is equals to what can we write? There are n is equals to, we can write, there are two formulas are there. First, let us go with m by capital M. What is this m by capital M stands for? Mass of gas by its molecular mass. N equal, I think you know this, n equals to m by capital M. So if I substituted that value, then we will get PV that's equals to, we can write m by capital M into RT. So that implies I can write PV that's equals to m divided by capital into P. What is this capital R by M stands for? Capital R value is constant, capital M value is constant for different gases. For hydrogen it is constant, oxygen like that. So hence this R by M is what we can call it means PV that's equals to mRT. What is this small r means? Specific gas constant. For that specific gas, the R value is constant. Okay, so then you can write P here. PV equals to mRT, comma, R is equals to capital R by M. Then we can call it as specific. Okay. Specific gas constant we can write. Specific gas constant. PV is equals to mRT. For m mass of gas, we can write this. This is for a specific gas constant. Finished?
Sir, can you once again explain that m by m, sir?
It is the formula number of moles molarity that is equals to mass of gas by its molecular mass. And
Yes.
we can also write it as one more formula. M is equals to capital M by Na also we can write. What is this capital M stands for? I think Na stands for what?
Na Avogadro number, sir.
Avogadro number. Capital M stands for total number of molecules.
Yes.
Total number of molecules of the gas to its Avogadro number gives the molarity of the gas, that is nothing but number of moles. Similarly, in terms of masses, we can write the formula like this. N equals to mass of the gas by its molecular mass, or else in terms of atoms means number of atoms. N equals to, we can write number of atoms. Okay, total number of molecules to its Avogadro number, that is also called molecular mass. I am going to use this relation. Okay, so how can we write means the second one. Okay, so therefore we got for n moles of gas we got PV equals to nRT, comma n is equal to, we can write capital N divided by Na. What is this? Capital N stands for number of molecules. Number of molecules. Na is nothing but Avogadro number. Okay. So therefore, if I substitute that value, PV that's equals to N by Na RT. So that implies PV that's equals to N into R by Na into T. What is this R by Na stands for? Can anyone? PV that's equals to NKBT, or else simply we can write NKT. What is K is equals to? K is nothing but Boltzmann constant. K is nothing but Boltzmann constant. So then the value of K is equal to some 1 point. Anyone? Boltzmann constant is there? In further classes, you may get that K is equal to Boltzmann constant. Here, R is what? Universal gas constant. Na stands for Avogadro number. That is also constant. This ratio leads another constant that is called Boltzmann constant. Its value is some 1.38. Okay, its value is 1.38 into 10 to the power of 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23 joule per Kelvin. So that value is simply PV equals to NKT. This is for what? PV equal to NKT for how many means PV that's equals to NKT. This is for n number of atoms or molecules. N number of molecules. The ideal gas equation can be written as PV is equals to NKT. Okay, so PV equal to nRT for n moles of gas. Similarly, observe clearly for n number of atoms, for PV equal to NKT means for one molecule, then how can I write? Here, the simple thing, we got PV is equals to RT. This is for what? 1 mole.
1 more.
Right. So then we got PV equals to nRT for n moles. Okay. Thereafter that PV is equals to mRT we got. This is for m mass of gas. Okay. All are different same only. M mass of gas. Here R is universal gas constant. Here small r is a specific gas constant. That small r equal to capital R by m we got. Similarly, we got PV is equals to NKT. This is for n number of molecules. So here for n moles I wrote PV equal to nRT. For 1 mole I got PV equal to RT means for n number of atoms I got PV equal to NKT. Then for 1 molecule then PV is equals to KT. Understand this point? N is number of molecules. For n number of molecules, PV equal to NKT. For 1 mole, that is for 1 molecule, this n becomes 1 only. That's why we got PV is equals to K. So this is for n number of atoms. PV is equal to, we can write KT. This is for what? This is for
1
molecule. Okay, 1 molecule. So students, all our ideal gas equation is PV equal to RT only. We can use these are the different equations to solve the objective. Okay, so simple thing, just have a look on it. Okay, we got PV is equals to RT. This is for 1 mole of gas. Okay. 1 mole of gas, PV is equals to RT for 1 mole of gas, comma, R is equals, we can write 8.31 joule per mole Kelvin we can write. And for n moles of gas, then we can write PV is equals to nRT, where n is nothing but this is for n moles of gas, comma, n is equals to, we can write mass by its molecular mass of the gas to its molecular mass. Okay. Next one is what we can write PV that's equals to PV that's equals to m small r into T. This is for what? This is for m mass of gas. M mass of gas. Then we can write PV is equal to m mass T. So here the small r is equals to capital R by m. That is the specific constant. Its value is different for different gases. Next one is PV that's equals to NKT. What is this NKT means? This is for n number of atoms.
Atoms.
N number of atoms. So here K is equals to R by Na, comma K is equals to N divided by Na. Here K is called Boltzmann constant. It is the ratio of universal gas constant to the Avogadro number. Number of atoms in a gas to the Avogadro number that leads to a constant that is called Boltzmann constant. The Boltzmann constant value is 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23 joule per Kelvin. This is for PV equal to NKT for n number of atoms. And PV is equals to KT. This is for what? This is for one molecule. This is for one molecule. You can write PV equals to NK. So these are the different forms of ideal gas which we are going to use to solve the JEE numericals. Clear all of you?
Sir, that K is equal to value I have written, sir. That unit it's not clearly visible.
Joule per Kelvin.
Joule per Kelvin. Okay, sir.
So 10 power minus 23 joule per Kelvin. So these are the extensions of the ideal gas equation which we have done yesterday. 10 power minus 23. Okay, so finishing. Right, this theoretical expansion of gases is completed. So now let us see some objective numericals based on this. And tomorrow we will.
We are writing.
Oh yeah, right. Book is there.
Sir, PV is equals to NKT, that unit what, sir? K is equals to R by NA you have written. Afterwards, it's not visible, sir.
K is equals to N by NAM. Then after that, K is equals to, we can also write the formula N divided by NA. Here N stands for number of atoms, NA stands for Avogadro number. And the value of K is this joule per Kelvin. And for one molecule, we can write this relation. So go to the question number, page number 8 to 838. Page number 838. So the first problem is related to quill tube, but the quill tube experiment was not there in the syllabus. So that type of questions we will see in a revision point of view. Let us discuss the questions, objective questions on the concept what we have done in the class. So that's why I go to the question number second question. What the second question they have given? Second one, students. Yeah.
So page number 838, sir.
Page number 838. Second question. An air bubble rises from the bottom of a tank containing mercury. When it reaches the top, uh, when it reaches the top of the tank, its volume becomes 1.5 times the depth of the mercury in the tank is. The depth of the mercury in the tank is. So just listen carefully. Okay. So therefore, this is the tank. Okay, this is the tank which contains mercury. So till here,
Sir, it's not visible, sir. Turn the camera.
second question, just go through the question clearly once again. So this is all nothing but mercury. Let small h is the height of the mercury column. Okay. So here what was there means above the mercury atmosphere is there. So here the pressure is due to the atmosphere, nothing but atmosphere. And if you take here the pressure is the pressure due to the this mercury column above this point and pressure due to the atmosphere above the mercury column. Then what is the pressure means the pressure here I can write the pressure P2 if I take it at the bottom. So pressure due to the atmosphere is P0 and pressure due to the mercury column is we can write rho G H. Already I think we know that pressure due to the fluid column is rho G H. Rho is the density of the fluid, G is acceleration due to gravity, H is the height of the mercury column. So here it is the small h we can write. That we will get in the chapter called mechanical properties of fluid. Till then you can remember this. Already we have used this formula. So therefore, this air bubble volume, how much the volume is Vn? Air bubble of volume.
Its volume becomes 1.5 times.
Yeah, for example, here V1 is equals to V. When it is coming to the bottom, the volume is V2. So then they have given that V2 that is equal to 1.5 means V plus V by 2. That implies 3V by 2. Volume becomes 3V by 2. They didn't speak about the temperature, means temperature remains constant. Just they are asking that there is a mercury column in the tank of depth or height h. An air bubble of certain volume V, which was raised from the bottom of the tank to the top, when it is coming to the top of the tank, its volume becomes 3 by 2 times the volume below the volume at the bottom. So then what is the height they are asking me? So here at the surface, what is the pressure means at the surface, the pressure is due to the atmosphere only. So let us take the V0, that is atmospheric pressure. And if you take the bottom means at the bottom, what was there means at the bottom, if I consider here, there is above this point, there is a mercury column is there which is of height small h. Because of that, the pressure is rho G H. And above that mercury column, atmosphere is there. Because of that, atmosphere is P0. Then the total pressure is what? Pressure due to this mercury column plus pressure due to rho G H. So then we can write P1 that is equals to P0 plus rho G H. Okay, rho G H. And V1 is equals to V. When it is coming to the bottom, top means pressure became atmosphere, then I can write P2 that's equals to, we can write P0. And V2 that's equals to 3V by 2. They are asking what means, what is the value of H. So temperature is anyway constant throughout this process means then we can write using this ideal gas equation P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. Temperature of the lake that is a constant means T1 T2 gets cancelled. Then we can write P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. So then P1 means what can I write? P1 that's equals to P0 plus rho G H into V that's equals to P2 means we can write P0. This is 3V by the volume becomes 3 times 3 by 2 times the volume at the bottom. So then this V gets cancelled. Cross multiplying that 2P0 plus 2 rho GH that's equals 3P0. So then 2P0 is taken that side. 2 rho GH, sorry, 2 rho GH that's equals to we can write P0. What is this P0 means? P0 is nothing but atmospheric pressure. Then we can write rho G into capital H. Atmospheric pressure is measured in terms of the height of the mercury column. So what it means by atmospheric pressure means already we have discussed about this thing atmospheric pressure. Barometer is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. So this is an inverted glass tube was there like this barometer. Okay, so this is the height of the mercury column. So the atmospheric pressure means this mercury column exert how much amount of the pressure the atmosphere also exert the same pressure. So because why? Because means look at here, this is the point A and this is the point B. Above this point B, the pressure due to the atmosphere. Above this point A, pressure due to this mercury column H. It is filled with vacuum. There is no, so hence there is no pressure due to this part. The pressure at this point A due to the mercury column. Hence the pressure exerted by mercury column of height H that is equals to pressure exerted by the atmosphere because these 2 points are at the same horizontal level. That's why the pressures can be equated. That we will get in the chapter called fluid mechanics. Please remember that the pressure of the atmospheric is measured in height of the mercury column. In STP or NTP, the height of the mercury column that's equal to 76 centimeter of HGL. So it means that 76 centimeter mercury column exert how much amount of the pressure the atmosphere has also will exert the same pressure. That is meaning of it. So H value that's equals to we can write rho GH. H is equals to we can write 7 2 still not completed. So rho G centimeter of mercury. So therefore, if I substituted that value 2 rho G small h that is equals to rho G capital H. Here in both the cases, this is also the density represent mercury density only. Here also we have taken the liquid that is also density. That's why density gets cancelled. G gets cancelled. Then H is equals to we can write H by 2. So that implies 76 by 2 means then H is equals to 76 by 2 how much? 30? That implies the height of the mercury column in the tank that is equals to 38 centimeters. Is there an answer?
30.8.
0.38, sir.
No. It is in centimeter, it can convert into meter. Understood this problem, students? So just a second, understand. So students here, how strong you can understand the question, that is important rather than the solution. Understand? So first what is the question is, there is a tank, in that certain amount of the mercury was there, whose thickness of the mercury column is small h. From the bottom onwards an air bubble is rising. It is observed that while the air bubble is coming to the top of this one, its volume becomes 3 by 2 times the volume at the bottom. Then what is the height of this mercury column? They are asking that. So then initially this is the first one, this is the second. Initially the volume V1 is equals to V, and when it is coming to the top, its volume became V2. That V2 equals to 3 by 2V. So then, so here the pressure is, let us take P1. Here the pressure is P2. At this surface, at the surface of the mercury column, the pressure is due to the only atmosphere. Nothing is there above except the atmosphere. That's why here at this point at the surface, the pressure is due to the atmosphere. That's why you can take it P0. And at the bottom, if you see that at this bottom, the pressure is due to this mercury column as well as the atmosphere. That's why the pressure at the bottom P1 equals to pressure due to the mercury column of GH and pressure due to the atmosphere P0. We have given this. So therefore, this entire process is the problem. They didn't speak about the temperature. That's why temperature is constant. So we can cancel that. P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. What is the P1 means pressure at the bottom? V1 means volume at the bottom. P2 is the pressure at the top. V2 is the volume at the top. With proper calculation, I got this relation. What is this P0 stands for? P0 is the pressure due to the mercury atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is measured by height of the mercury column. So then atmospheric pressure P0 that's equals to rho G H. So here rho stands for density of mercury and H is the height of the mercury column. So it means that these 2 points, okay, these 2 points, mercury. How can we measure the atmospheric pressure? Means this point B is exposed to the atmosphere. This point A is lies inside this inverted capillary tube. A and B lies on the same horizontal line. At the point B, the pressure is due to the atmosphere which was there above this point B. At the point A, the pressure is due to the mercury column of height H which is above the point A. And this space is filled with vacuum. That's why there is no pressure due to this part. If it is filled with air, means that it is air pressure will be there. That is called faulty thermometer. So, but here it is the gap is evacuated. That's why the pressure at the point A is due to the mercury column only. That's equal to capital H. So therefore, the point at the point A pressure is due to the mercury column of height H. At the point B, the pressure is due to the atmospheric. A and B are at the same horizontal level, means the pressure at the point A and B are same. Then we can write P0 equal rho GH, H is equals, we can write 76 centimeter. The standard value, so hence 76 centimeter mercury column exert how much amount of the pressure? Atmosphere is also will exert the same amount of the pressure. So therefore H is equal to this one substituted. Here I have cancelled rho G. So G is okay. Rho means in both the cases we have considered the liquid as a mercury only. Density of the mercury gets cancelled. Finally we got that answer. That's it. Clear, students? Next question. If any doubts, you can
H is constant, sir.
Which one?
Sir, 76 centimeter it is constant or it varies.
It is constant. Of course, some negligible changes will be there, but it is average value 76 centimeter. Because Earth surface is not flat, no? Isn't it or not?
Yes, sir, sir, not flat.
That's why at different places it may be slightly less than, slightly more than, but average value is around 76 centimeter. Gravity value is also we have taken G is equals to
9.8 meter per
Is
second.
it constant everywhere on the surface of Earth?
No, sir, no, sir.
It's the average value. Similarly, 76 centimeter is the average approximation.
Okay.
Earth is having mountains and all. Mountains, their pressure is different. Below the mountain, pressure is different. On the surface of sea level, the pressure is different. And similarly, different places on the surface of Earth will be at not the same height. No? That's why the pressure is also slightly different, but there is average value 76 centimeter. So next, third question. What is the third question they have given? Yeah.
Sir, in meters it's 0.38 meters, no sir?
0.38 correct. That we can call it as 0.38 meters. So next third question, see that question number 3. What they have given question number 3? Two gases A and B at STP. STP means standard temperature and pressure. So temperature became 273 degree Kelvin and pressure is 76 centimeter of Hg. Occupies a volume of 2 liter each. The two gases are mixed in a vessel of capacity 2 liter at the same temperature. The pressure in the mixture is okay. So just have a look on this. Two gases A and B, each each of volume, each of volume. So this is the gas A. Okay, gas A, volume, this is the gas A. Volume that is equals to 2 liter. The pressure, you can write VA, PA, you can write this is let it be P naught. Atmospheric pressure is P naught, let it be. And this is another vessel, another gas of P. This is also volume that is equals to 2 liter. This is also pressure Pb is equals to P naught. These are okay. These are mixed in a vessel whose volume is also 2 liter only. Whose volume is also 2 liter only. What is the pressure here? They are asking. Entire this process temperature T is equals to constant. So this is the question they have given there. Two gases are there. This gas A, gas B are at STP. STP means standard temperature and pressure. So in such case, the pressure is due to the atmospheric. Then we can write P naught that is equals to 1 atm. So 1 atm means 1 atm. What is mean by 1 atm means 1 atm is nothing but 1 atmospheric. That's equals 1.05 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Or else we can write 76 centimeter of Hg also we can write. So in order to measure in terms of Newton per meter square, we will get the value like this. Or in terms of height of the mercury column means 1 atmospheric pressure is equivalent to 76 centimeter of Hg. Whichever the value is needed in which particular cases, we are going to use those cases. Okay, so therefore, here it is. These two are mixed together. These two are mixed together. Then the resultant volume is nothing but volume of this container. This container volume is 3 liter only. That's why these two gases has to adjusted with this. These two gases has to adjusted with this. And what is the resultant pressure they are asking? So hence these two gases are mixed together. Then we are getting the resultant means I can write like this. The product of the resultant pressure and resultant volume that's equals to product of the pressure and volume of the first gas and plus product of the pressure and volume of the second gas. PB, VB I can write. So therefore P into volume that's equals to 2 liter. That's equals to PA means P naught plus volume. P naught plus volume means again here it is 2 liter. Plus PB means P naught into again here it is 2 liter. This 2 liter gets cancelled. The pressure P is equal we can write to P naught. The resultant pressure is nothing but 2 atmosphere. Okay, got it this one. So just these two are mixed together. Then we are getting the temperature is constant. Otherwise we have to go for PV by T. Here they told that temperature is constant. So that's why we can write the product of the resultant pressure and resultant volume is equal to sum of the product of the pressure and volume of the first gas plus product of the pressure and volume of the second gas. Like this we can use this. Okay. How this is came? Did you get the doubt? Means I can use this relation n is equals to n1 plus n2. We know the relation PV is equals to nRT. So then n is equal to we can write PV by RT. So therefore, if I use this relation PV by RT, that's equals to NA NB. Number of moles in A means according to number of moles in A, PA VA divided by R into T plus number of moles means PB VB divided by R into T. Anyway, R is constant. They told that temperature is does not change. So T is constant. Then I can write PV is equal to PA plus PB VB. Directly we can write. So let N1 moles of this gas is added with N2 moles of this gas. Then what is the total mole number of moles in a gas means N equals to number of moles in A plus number of moles in N. Just like two masses are added together, what is the resultant mass means M equals to M1 plus M2. Similarly, so N1 moles of this gas is N1 and N2 moles of these two gases are added together, then we will get the resultant gas of N moles that is equal to this. Based on this we got there, that's why I wrote there. How it is K means from this relationship. Number of moles of the resultant gas equal to sum of the number of moles in gas A and the number of moles in gas B. So got it, Emma, students, this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So we can copy this. STB means at ST. Question. Fourth one, you try it similar to that. The fifth one will solve it. The fifth one, sixth one will solve it. Completed?
Oh, sir,
Yes,
1
sir.
minute.
Completed.
Yeah, copy, copy. So those who are completed, they go to the fifth one then.
Completed.
Yeah. So next fifth question is fourth one is similar to the earlier. Yesterday we have discussed about the graphs based on the graphs. That is the fourth one. Right? If not, let us see. Then fifth one, let us see. Just have a look on the fifth one. Just go to the question number 5. Okay. So therefore the so this is the fifth one. What they have given first. I will look on the fifth one. A sample of an ideal gas of mass m naught occupies a volume V at pressure P and absolute temperature T. The mass of each molecule is small m, the density of the gas that is. So what they are asking means an ideal gas is there whose mass is m naught, which occupies a volume V at pressure P and temperature T, and the mass of each molecule in that ideal gas is small m, then what is the density of the gas that is? Just now we have derived that PV equals to NKT. This is for water, this is for N molecules. N molecules we can write PV is equal to NKT. The total volume of n number of molecules that's equal to this is not a single molecule. The volume of the single molecule means this n became 1. The total volume of this all molecules that's equal to P equals to NKT by rho. Density rho equals we can write mass by volume. What is the total the density of the gas of they are asking density of the molecule. Yes. Density of the gas means the total mass of the gas by total volume of the gas. Total mass of the gas they are given m naught. Total volume of the gas of all molecules that's equals to this. We got substituted this, and we got this relation. So observe clearly. This is also correct. If the option is not like this, so still we need to modify this option. How can we means what is M naught stands for? M naught stands for what? M naught. Mass
Number
of
of molecules.
yeah. Mass of ideal gas. Now, total mass of the gas, how can I write the total mass of the gas M naught that's equals to number of atoms in the gas into mass of each molecule. Understand this? Total mass of the gas that's equal to total number of atoms in the gas into mass of each molecule. M naught I can write like this. N gets cancelled. Then rho equal to Pm by K. Is this option is there? That's it.
Fourth option.
Yeah, because of this only we have gone with different equation. PV is equal to RT for 1 mole, PV equal to nRT for n mole, that is completed. Whenever this type of situation is came, means again we need to discuss about how this formula came. That's why instead of that, all the necessary formulas required to solve the objective JE numericals which we have done along with the concept itself. Understand this? I think you know this directly we have written this relation. If we have not done earlier how it is PV equal to NK means, again you will get the doubt what is N stands for, what is K stands for. That's why to avoid that, there only we have discussed all the necessary things which is required to solve the J numericals and the concept there itself. Okay, so students have got this. Okay, if you want you can write this is what if you want you can write this is M naught stands for what? Mass of gas that's equals to number of atoms or molecules. Number of molecules in the mass of each molecule. Mass of each molecule. So I wrote it in small letters. So if you want, I can narrate this. This M naught is equal to mass of gas. That's equal to total number of atoms in the gas into mass of each molecule. That is called mass of the gas. So next question, the sixth one after this. Sixth
Sir,
question.
your video and audio are breaking, sir.
Video.
Video and audio are breaking, sir. No, sir, the video itself is breaking, sir.
Some unexpected technical issues will get to. Hold in a second.
Now it's blur, sir. Board is blur.
Okay.
Now it's little bit clear, sir.
Now clear.
Now okay now.
Okay, sir.
Now you can copy this. Online students have you got this? How we have solved this? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah. And you can copy this. Sixth one, see that sixth one. Question number 6. Just have a look on it. Question number 6, then after that. Please go through the question number 6. what they have given. Yeah, a man breathes just like us for minute. Yeah, so his breathing rate is 15 times. Okay, 15 times he used to take the air inward, releasing the outward. So at a temperature of 27 degrees centigrade and 70-50 millimeter of Hg mercury, he needs the same mass of air per minute always. The rate at which he will have to breathe at the top of the mountain where the temperature is 7 degree centigrade and pressure is 210 millimeter of mercury. So let me write this. Initially, what is the temperature T1, that's equals to 27 degrees centigrade. So we need to convert the Kelvin because Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. That implies that T1 is equal to 27 plus 273 means 300 Kelvin. So where the pressure is, let us take P1. P1 that's equals to, we can write the pressure is given, no problem, but they are given in terms of mercury column. So then pressure is equals to, we can write that implies what is the value? 750 times 750 millimeter of Hg. Okay. 750 only. This is 750 millimeter of Hg. 750 millimeter of Hg. So now he was gone to the top of the mountain where the temperature is 7 degrees centigrade. That implies 7 degrees centigrade means 280 Kelvin. Where the pressure P2 that's equals to 210 millimeter of Hg. So what is his breathing rate means? Here breathing rate N1 that's equals to 15, that is nothing but breathing rate. Okay, so here N2 that's equals to what is this? Breathing rate. Understand this one? So this is the initial situation at the bottom of the mountain at the temperature 27 degrees centigrade at a pressure of 750 millimeter of Hg. He used to take 15 breaths per every minute. If such man who is gone top of the mountain where this is the situation of temperature and pressure, here how many breaths per second he used to take? Okay, he used to take or he has to take how many breaths per second? Let us see this one. Okay, observe clearly. Let V naught is volume of each breath. Okay, each breath. Then how can I write here? It is V1 is equals to N1 into V naught. Number of breaths per minute into volume of the air taken each breath. This is the per minute. He has to intake this much amount of the volume of the gas. So then V0 is the volume of the gas taken in for each breath, number of breaths that was made in 1 minute. Similarly, here V2 that's equal to what can I write? Here V2 is the same per minute only. Here how many breaths? So here N2 is the breaths, and what is the volume of each breath? Means same man only was moved from bottom of the mountain to the top. Let it be V0. So then we want this N2 is equal to. So from this relation, what can I write? Ideal gas equation. First we need to calculate the volume. Yeah, ask for breathe rate. Okay, so breathe rate. So therefore, applying that P1, V1 upon T1 that's equals to P2, V2 upon T2. So then substitute the values there. P1 means 750. Okay, V1 means N1 V0 divided by T1 means 300. That's equals to P2 means 210. V2 means N2 V0 divided by T2 means 280. So therefore, this V0 to this V0 gets cancelled. This 0 gets cancelled. This 0 gets cancelled. 75 n1 by 30 is equals to 21 n2 divided by 28. So therefore n2 that's equals to 75 n1 into 28. 75 n1 into 28 divided by 30 into 21. N1 value if I substitute that 75 into 20 into 28 divided by 30 into 21. So this is about the number of breaths he has to take, calculate this value also. Understood this problem? No? Yes, because the
Sir, 50, sir.
answer
50.
you got the same, no? This n2 that's equals to 50. So hence we used to have the 50 beats per minute in order to have the same mass of gas. So students, online people, is there any doubts in this? This is very important. Data writing the data is important. Then onwards it is easy to substitute in calculation. This is
So what is N1, sir? N1 stands for?
N1 means the number of breaths he has taken per minute near the bottom of the mountain.
Okay, sir.
So N1 is breathing rate. That's what I have taken. Breathing rate means breathing rate per minute. I have taken. This is per minute. Per minute. Breathing rate per minute. Per minute we use it to take 15 times. Just we are inhale the gas and releasing the gas. No, like that he is used to do 15 times at the bottom of the mountain. If the man was goes to the top of the mountain per minute, how many seconds he used to do the same thing. So that's why according to the situation of pressure and temperature, he used to do 50 times. There it is 15 times. Here it is 50 times. So students, we got this problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 9 o'clock time is enough. So similarly, you try the remaining problems are there. So how many are there remaining problems? 11 problems are there, no students. So try as many as possible. So tomorrow we'll see some more problems, and we will start transfer of heat. Transfer of heat subjective point of view for this year you won't have that. So then in a competitive point of view only we can discuss those topics which is useful for JEE, which you are going to write for the next year. Okay. So that's why board point of that syllabus was deleted. Okay. There we can see the remaining. Okay. So let's see you guys at tomorrow's class.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Forward.